from the heart of Dubai, where tomorrow is being built today, to the world. Welcome to the CTO Show with Mehmet. Here, we redefine technology and reimagine possibilities. With Mehmet, delve into the riveting realms of AI, cybersecurity, and digital technology. Experience the thrilling highs and lows of startups. Immerse yourself in the spirit of entrepreneurship and witness the future of business innovation being written in real time. Now, without further ado, let's tune in and explore the future.
Hello and welcome back to an episode of the CTO Show with Mehmet. Today I'm very pleased. Joining me, the team from SIMLAB, Marek and Michael. Marek and Michael, thank you very much for being with me here today. Just if each one of you can just, tell us more about you, your background, your journey, and then we can take it up from there. So feel free. Marek, maybe you want to start first.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Marek. I'm the CTO and founder of SIMLAB. SIMLAB is the digital twin-based technology. We are working mostly with scanning data, which we are bringing the next slide to those data. And why this? Well, I built my house. I spent a lot of money. I lost a lot of money, and I needed to bring some toolkit so everybody else can avoid the same problems. And what's my background? I'm actually PhD in engineering, working in mechanical engineering. This is my field, but right now I'm much more on the programming side within the computer graphics.
Hello, my name is my name is Michał, and I'm product owner and the project manager in our company. And I'm in company something like 4 years, starting from now. And my background was mainly in the building automation systems and the sales of the building automation systems. And Marek asked me to join the SIMLAB, and I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Cool. Yeah, cool. So Marek, you mentioned something interesting, and actually you took the question that I usually start with. So I'm always, curious to know about the reason why people found a company. Of course, it's out of pain, it's out of some challenges. But I wanted to go a little bit, deep in describing the reason that brought you to build the company. I mean, to start the company, and like what are like the main moments that you said, okay, now we need to do something about it, like maybe existing solution doesn't fit and so on. So I would love you to explain more about the reason why you started the SIMLAB.
Okay, very shortly. I'm coming from the biomechanics, building and mechanical engineering. And the time comes in your life, especially here in Europe, that you are moving out from your parents' house, you're living with your roommates, you are started your growing up life, and then you say, "Oh, I want to have a house." So that came for me, and I decided to build my house like 7, 8, 9 years ago. Michael probably is the same age as me, so he was building your house like
3 years ago,
4 years ago, and then we have like another colleagues at the company which are also in the core team, which also have some houses or apartments after the renovation. And we are all, which is our core team in the R&D of SIMLAB, mostly working with the computer graphics. It's like, it's called serious gaming, which is a simulators for oil and gas, for example, for aviation, for military. We are working on the computer graphics in a simulation, which means like cool stuff for the grown-up boys. We're playing some kind of the games, but for the serious money. And then we start moving towards, building your own place of living. And we see the technology there, which is like 20 years old within the Autodesk solutions from Revit, within the CAD systems that are not changing for the last 15, 20 years. And my kids right now are using a computer graphics on the cell phone, playing amazing games with the capabilities which are way over what we can actually imagine and we were expecting 5 years ago. And then we are talking about a very expensive sector of the economy with the building industry, which is 10% of the GDP of each of the developed country. And then we are talking about the tech, which is 15, 20 years old and is engineering data that does not give you any instant, intuitive access to data. So we said that that's not how we want to live in. This is not how I want to operate my house and my construction process of the building. And we all looking on this sci-fi movie that people are going after morning, I don't know, brushing the teeth to the interactive mirror, which actually talks to you, makes you some kind of the visualization, gives you data, and it's just the movies. No, I don't accept it. We want to work and live in such a system. That's why we said that let's do something about this and created a concept for Simon.
Great. Now let's dive a little bit within the technology itself. So, uh, while preparing, and of course, as an engineer by trade and by education, there are some terms that attracts me. So, what I've seen, what you do, especially within the construction and building sector, you talk about the digital twin, and digital twins, of course, it's a game changer technology, especially in the construction industry. So, um, like if we can talk a little bit more about how do you use this technology, and if you want to explain it to somehow, you know someone who's not much familiar with the concept, and what are the benefits of utilizing this technology.
Okay.
And of course, I know like it's gonna be a loaded question, and like because you mentioned data, and I believe you have to collect a lot of data. So is it like something that integrates with IoT devices, like how that workflow exactly works for this
So
technology?
before we're gonna go to the product and what's our vision for the technology in the apartments or buildings or houses or homes or any kind of in the local stores or commercial buildings, let's talk about the buzzword, which here makes a lot of confusion.
Sure.
Digital twin. Everybody's doing digital twin because now it's like a buzzword like AI or machine learning. Digital twin is one of them. But in respect to the building industry and the building property industry, digital twin is mostly considered by the old type of the thinking, old generation of the engineers as CAD data, which means like a Reddit, which means like a 3D drawings of building, which is used for the construction of the actual property. And that's something that we consider as two different branches of digital twin in the building industry. One, we should call it as designed, and this is this engineering data, which actually shows you how the building will look like in a project files of those different floors, different slabs, different like cross sections of the building. And that's this engineering as designed. And most of the people thinking about the building, digital twin, oh, I will get my engineering drawings in a 3D model. Well, that's half of the truth, because where we are focusing as the company is in the second sector, second vertical, which we call as build, which means that our digital twin is as on today. So what we are using, we are taking a scanning technology, we're taking a 3D scanners, we are taking a photogeometry scanners, or even your cell phone. We are going to the building, we are capturing the data, and from that data, which again, it can be a point cloud, which is a 3D model already, but it can be also a photographs, pictures, which create a 3D geometry from photogrammetric technology and softwares. And we created your representation of the building, which is digital twin of as it is today. And that's also a 3D geometry, but very much visualizing what it looks and how the status of the building is today. So all of the cracks on the wall, all of the spots that you can see, all of the not perfect conditions might be visualized because it's pictures behind it. It's pictures overlaid on top of the 3D models, which gives you this full real as built documentation how it looks like. And then once you have it on your screen with a 3D model on your cell phone, computer, or whatever other system, now we are adding the magic. We are adding the IoT, as you said, so we can connect to any sensors in a building, and visualize it in that place in the building. Then we're giving the asset information about everything which is in the building, which can be a manual for your copy machine, or it can be a spare part catalog for your HVAC system or for your fridge, which is broken. It can be a contact detail to the person that is doing the service for your hydraulics equipment or for your any kind of the asset which is in a store. And we make this as be 3D digital twin model alive for your daily purposes. And this is where Michael steps in, because he's the product owner and the brain behind it, showing basically all of the future things that we already have in our system, but also we're going to be adding to the system.
That's great. Now, let me ask you about this. And we were talking before we started the recording. You were here in Dubai and you're planning to come again. So one of the things, because Dubai is famous for the real estate and the construction and all of that, of course, all the Middle East is booming in this. So one of the things that always come, which is the maintenance of a building, right? So can I come to you today and tell you, hey, like I'm going to buy this apartment, for example, or this townhouse, and I want to see if there's something which I cannot see it with my eyes. So using your technology, probably I can figure out that might need a kind of a preventive maintenance, or maybe the age of the wall is not good. So I'm just coming up with some ideas. Is it something that also you can touch on?
Michael?
Yeah, because we can add some sensors on top of that. We can make some predictive maintenance and checking how it looks there, some environmental into the place in right now, the real time environment information about from the sensors. But we have also some another solution that is called Stages. And the solution Stages is designed for the construction phase of the building, that we can make the scan during the construction time, and then another scan during the normal as today scan, and we can compare both of them, and we can see what's behind of the wall is. For example, we want to drill a hole into the wall, and we are wondering if there is some cable behind or something, and I can drill or not, or some pipe or something, that we can always compare the two scans, and we can see what's behind the pane, what behind the wall is. And this is very good solution. And after the Stages phase, we can convert the last stage to the Simon and use it as a daily basis operating system for your facility. It's also possible, and it's adding then another value for the buyer, that he can go back into the history where the building or the apartment was built, and which kind of materials, how it looks like, everything in every stage of the construction phase.
Yeah, and you were saying for facility maintenance, there are systems like this. There are some professional building management systems for the high scrapers around the world, also in Dubai. But the question is that how much those systems cost. They are
Right.
handcrafted solutions for individual building usually. What we are saying is that we are getting a cheap scanning technology, which is available in your cell phone, getting to your apartment that you said you are just having this small condominium in this high scraper. And then you can do the scan and 3D capturing of that space in half an hour, 45 minutes. Here, one of the best solutions is Matterport, which has got an app on your cell phone. You create the 3D model, and then on top of that, now you can start working with your family. You can start working with your co-workers if it's a small office, or you can start with your, subcontractors, which are going to be doing some jobs on your side, and then share the tasks, but also predictive maintenance records on top of the 3D model, which actually shows you that in that place in the building, you need to do some servicing or change some fluids or change some filters in the aircon systems. And actually, before even asking someone for the quotation or visiting your home, you can share the model digitally in a social platforms like, I don't know, maybe one that is helping to connect hand emails with your own with the facility owners, and then just make estimations, measure things, because again, it's a 3D model, so you can measure what's the surface of the wall. And then I know how much paint I need to do. You can see what's behind the wall, where are the pipes, if I want to do some drilling. But also you can make a task that wall needs to be painted out with that kind of actual paint with a label or even the pointing this in the store that needs to be done. And someone can pick up a ticket like this in the social platforms and say, oh, I can come, I can do it. I don't have to go to the apartment. I'm prepared because I see how the apartment looks like. So I know what kind of equipment I need to take and how much time I need to spend doing that job.
And the very
Great.
important thing is that for all this maintenance action, the person involved into this action have exact 3D location where it is located. Yeah, if right now the normal process is that somebody is calling, okay, air conditioning is not working in my office. Yeah, and the technician come to the office. In the office, it's 100 air conditioning unit, and need to check one by one or some of them which one have the problem. Yeah, right now if we have the digital twin, we can exactly point which one is with the problem and get the rights go straight away to the to fix the problem, and time saving for the looking of the all of the right.
But
Exactly.
also, if it's a big building and you are in a skyscraper and there is a malfunction somewhere in the building or reported problem, and you create a ticket for that problem, we can share the ticket with a exact person in the building responsible for fixing this. We can guide this person with the augmented reality towards the place where the problem is to be done, and then even connect it remotely with instructions showing how to fix it in that place of the building with actual problem. Once the problem is solved, it gets checked in. The list of the history of all of the maintenance stays with the system, but you can make also next item points on your plan and plan the maintenance for some other similar components. So if I know that this HVAC system was broken on that floor, so probably something similar can happen on the next floor, so can already plan it. And that's also what we are trying to provide, like a smart access to the data and planning and maintenance to any property owner, which does not have to be a very big skyscraper, but also an apartment that you're renting. Why? Because how much it costs to do this 3D digital twin of that apartment? Maybe half an hour and $0 because you can do it with your cell phone. Just if you want to be within the latest technology, or just follow up and the easy life and calling the experts and relate everything to them.
Yeah, I'm relating to a lot of things which are common, especially because Michael mentioned the air conditioning, and here in Dubai, of course, now the weather is good. So, but I mean, majority of the year, the temperature is hot, and we see people complaining, and to your point, they don't know where the problem exactly is. So that's why I was relating, right?
This is funny because in the facility management of any building, especially the big structures, big commercial building, how do usually look like? There's a ticket, aircon is not working. And then you're talking about, you are the hotel owner saying, okay, I have a hotel which has got, for example, 10 floors. On each of the floor, I have like 50 rooms. Where is it? On which one, right? So with a digital twin, you actually point exact location, and the data is heading the not 3 dimensions, it's getting the 4th dimension, which is also a time of service, but it's where it is.
Yeah, and I think with IoT, it becomes kind of a real time as well, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's relate. Now, Michael, you mentioned, a couple of minutes ago something interesting, and I've seen it all across, of course, GCC, Dubai, but I think it's a global problem, which are what I think they call them construction rework. So during, uh, the construction phase, someone did something wrong, and then they discover it only after, right? So, and it costs a lot of money. I know this, and I heard it from a lot of people who I know, working with developers and so on. So how your platform can help actually reduce the costly errors, and making sure that you can have a more streamlined collaboration, especially because you know it better than me, guys. Like you are the experts, but I mean, there are a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of different teams as well. So you have the people who works on the concrete, you have the people who works on the electrical wiring, there are the people who works on the AC ducting. There are many things. So how you can streamline the whole process during the construction phase?
What we suggest and what we propose to the market, to the sector, to the facility owners who are paying the money for that building, and trust engineers, which are supposed to, and general constructors, which are supposed to work in their name, is secure yourself. Do the 3D scan. It does not cost much money. You can do it even yourself if you have access to the scanning technology, or you can do it with your cell phone, but do the scan on the milestones. So if there's a people doing the concrete, scan it before and scan it after. If there's a people doing the HVAC systems, scan it before, scan it after. You don't have to be there each day, which of course will give you a lot of data that is like even too much sometimes, but be there in the milestones. So usually when we are talking about like a family house, so that's maybe 4 or 5 times during the construction process. If we're talking a big skyscraper and the floor in the skyscraper, we're thinking about, again, 3 to 5 times per the finishing process. But that data is your insurance policy for the future. It gives you exact information and allows you to act very fast because you see everything. It's visual. So you don't have to be an engineer to understand how the 3D model looks in kind of the game that you can walk through. And this is what we strongly recommend. Buy the insurance policy, do the 3D scanning when you're in the construction phase, because that will save you a lot of problems and questions 5-10 years from now.
Right. Now, let's go a little bit technical, okay? And if we can like talk about, how actually, the integration happens. And I know like you have some also integrations with the automation platforms. So if one of you, I don't know who would be like be able to answer this, like is it like a single dashboard that we see and then all these signals would be coming? Is there like any specific type of connection that will be required? Like, is it, like how the communication happened? Do I have to put like 4G in these IoT devices? So how this happens, in a real life scenario, I would say.
Okay, maybe I'll answer. We right now have integration with couple of the building automation standards. One of those is from the cheapest one and the some easiest to install is the two of them. It's the Fibaro. Right now it's the NICE company, the Italian company, with the IoT sensors connecting each other in the mesh network using the Zigbee and the Z-Wave communication protocol with some hub. And we are connecting to this hub, and then we are exchanging the data between the hub and the sensors and our software. Yeah? Everything is web-based, and everything is only communicated into the cloud. We don't adding any hardware devices into the site. All our solution is running into the cloud. The second one is Samsung, or right now the SmartThings, which is also compatible with our system. If you have some SmartThings devices in your house, the sensors or some actuators, we can also connect it using the SmartThings hub. And we have also two much more professional building automation standards. One of those is the CANX. The CANX is the global association with many manufacturers and many partners. The CANX association have more than 500 different manufacturers, very big brands like ABB, like Schneider Electric, like Young, Gira, Hager. Top 3 producers into the world, yeah, with the building automation systems. And the last but not least, we have also possibility with communicating with the NetX automation server, which is multi-protocol server. That means if somebody have any of the building automation system using the BACnet, Modbus, MBus, MQTT, HTTP, and some other protocols, communicating protocols into the building, we can also connect using the NetEx cloud and our cloud together, and we are everything automatically importing from this provider. That means that if somebody have the provider into their site or the building, we can very easily add the authorization credentials, for example, the username, the password, and we are importing all the data from the provider. And the only thing that it needs to be done by the user is to put the sensors from the list of the all sensors we imported into the 3D space location into the scan. And we can use it, our software, using the 2D dartboard, where is everything, but our main goal is to use the 3D scan, that we have the sensors into the walls, into the exact location where they are installed, and control it, steer it, check it from this perspective.
Well, if I can just summarize what Michael said on a very much technical level with all of the protocols and so on, the thing is that you can get a 3D scan in minutes or hours of doing this yourself.
Mhm.
And then using our software, you can connect to any building standard which is there in the market. We don't care what you have installed, what kind of protocols you're using. We have a method with our partners to grab all of this data and bring it to your 3D model to make it live.
Great. Now, out of curiosity, I would imagine that you would have different interfaces to different personas, right? So, how do you categorize them? Is it like the people who are in the house, the facility management company, like who and how they would be getting different type of accesses, or let's say interfaces to your solution?
The interface is always the same, because the interface is mainly visual, and we are only we are the visualization layer of some other systems, and we are adding the layer which is 3D scan with very nice visualization, but always on somewhere in the background behind that is the normal system that have many of these graphs, many of very complicated things. And for us, it's not there is no persona. We can very easily add the many of the privileges for the every user, because one user can have privileges to editing, deleting, and controlling everything. The second user can have only access to his room. It's possible, but the layer and the visualization is the same for everybody. If there is the end user, facility manager, technical manager, they are using the same interface, but maybe with some different type of data and restrictions to using the system.
Great. It's clear for me. So one of the things also I think we talked about, but I think wanted to re-highlight it. So that globally everyone trying to cut emissions and going to green kind of buildings and all this stuff. So do you have any use case of maybe reducing energy consumption, which is like it will reflect on reducing carbon footprint and all this stuff?
Again, it's a nice buzzwords. Everybody's talking about this. How we can help? Well, we can actually allow you to understand your building.
Mhm.
Go there, see it, click the room, click the wall, click the light structure, click the aircon system to see basically the data live or the history data. So that means is that bring the awareness to the owners of the building, facility managers, and everybody that is working with the building and don't see the consumption. We are able to visualize it. So imagine that you are walking through our office and you are looking at the walls and there is a plug connected to the aircon system. There is plug connected to humidifier. There is plug connected to the fridge with our cold beer that we are holding in our office. And there is 5 cents running out. There is like a number of watts which are being consumed in that moment. And you can actually make awareness, turning on visualization within our system around you and see, oh, I'm losing money here, I'm losing money there. This is VAT consumptions per that device, which actually does not have to be turned on. So what we are helping up in that moment, maybe we don't calculate the carbon emission, which are specialized companies and experts in that. We are visualizing how much money is slipping through your fingers in your building and bringing you awareness how much consumption each particular device is using, because just looking on it in our 3D digital twin model, and you basically see what's happening around you.
Great. If I know like it's a podcast, but I want to push people to go and watch it. So, and I'm big believer of saying, seeing is believing, right? So, is there anything like you can share with us now, so people, who if you're
Definitely.
if
So
you're
maybe
listening, if you're
one
listening to us, guys, go switch to the YouTube and you have to see. So, if you can share something with us, guys.
and that's very important, everyone, because what Michael is showing right now and is trying to and is launching, that works on the web. That means is that no installation, nothing special. Just go to the website and actually log into your account where you have your apartments, office buildings, or maybe if you're a facility manager, all of the structure that you maintain. But the thing is that all of this is really visual. So
Are you
yes,
going to share the screen? Sorry, are you going to share the screen, Michael?
Yes, I will.
Okay, cool. So just to relate,
so
I need to do, hold on. Here you go.
okay. So again, as you can see right now, it's very much visual. You just click the property you want to get in. Now we are actually launching our office that we are sitting in this moment. That's very interesting. That works on the website. And yeah, there is some, as you can see already, some icons there. And we can bring always regular standard 2D panel. But what's the most important in our system, one we are so innovative, is that it actually visualize everything. So if you are right now interested what's the temperature in our room, just click it on the wall where the sensor is being located. You want to see what's the temperature in a different room, just go there and try it yourself. Yes, you can do it much more faster in a 2D dashboard, but to understand everything, that's much more obvious. And now we are in our room. So we see that the battery in our sensor is dead,
Yes.
which is funny. But the temperature is like at 20 degrees where we are sitting. And if you are playing with the light switch, just one click and the light goes on. And now please turn it on. And now it turns on. Why? Because you are clicking exact lamp, exact switch at exact machine. So if we, for example, let's go to the printer that we were talking about. So there is I don't want to say commercial, but like an office printer in our office. And as you can see, well, right now it's using 47 watts of energy in just the standby mode. So you can always optimize that the data, you can optimize that cost. And if you want to change it, for example, to the number of money you are spending, you can convert the watts to the local energy numbers. And you know basically that goes in number of, I don't know, our local currency or dollars or euros and so on. But all of this data here is live, and maybe 0.03 cents an hour, but that sums up. If the building is
Right.
like many stories, this is where we bring this information, and you would not even maybe realize that this is what you are losing.
Yeah, and the all configuration and the using of the system is very easy. As you see here, we have all the icons into the 3D space. And changing the location is also very easy because we can only add the one click and change the location. For example, I can put it from there here. It's the one click and we have it already done. But the IoT sensors and this layer is only one layer we have in our software, because we have also the asset management system, as Marek said before, that we can store all the information about the asset we have installed in our space. Yeah, and when we are staying on this printer, I can show you that we have the information about the printer, like the name of the printer with the model. We have the possibility to add some description as a pre-taste, some links, and some photographs as well. with some QR code, videos. Here we have a very funny situation because we have the video for the tutorial for the new employees in our company, and it's also time saving for us to make them
Explain everything.
the explanation how the printer works. They have here the movie, and everybody can see it how the printer is working. And additionally, some documents like the warranty cards, manuals, invoices, everything into the one place. And which is very important also that we can add the events for the maintenance for every asset we have, like recurring events. For this example, that we have some maintenance service, some servicing, changing the toners and everything. And all these events we have also in one summary view. But we have the information for today. Unfortunately, is not the event, but for example, for tomorrow we have the cleaning the aquarium. But where is the aquarium? We have one click, and we are going through the scan to the exact position where the aquarium is installed into the space. What is also very important in our software is the ticketing system that we have. As I mentioned before, that we have, for example, some more than one air conditioning unit. As you see here, we have one, and the second, and third, and so on. And the one air conditioning unit is leaking. We can open the window with the tickets made by somebody. We have the information that is made by me, but with the status, who is the stakeholder, and also the location where it is located, with all the information about the problem. And using the assets, we have also all information. What is the type of it? What is the information? What is for example, spare parts catalog, and all information before the technical guy came and to fixing the problem and time saving.
Yeah,
and also from the scan, the technical guy knows that okay, here is the air conditioning unit. Below the air conditioning, there is some desks. Maybe it needs to be done another ticket for the IT guy to remove the desk because I need to have the place to put the ladder. And because it is the 3D scan, we have also measurement tool that we can very easily see that the air conditioning unit is on 2.8 meter high, and I need to take a ladder with me. I need to be better prepared, and also it's the time saving, cost saving, and even the carbon saving and the environmental, because of the not so much travels between for example, some warehouse of the spare parts and the site where it needs to be fixed as well.
And guys, everything is so much visual. I don't have to be an engineer or have a technical knowledge in the computer either design or CAD engineering. It just works. It's like, I don't want to say in a game, but that's what actually is called serious gaming, which means simulations, digital twin.
Right.
Becomes as built data of actual apartments. As you can see, because it scanned with the photogeometry methods, which is using the 3D panoramas or 360 panoramas on top of the real 3D geometry, then it's so much equivalent to how the building looks like, with all of the even cracks on the wall or malfunctions that you can see, like a dirty carpet or some other things that actually maybe in a beautiful 3D model from the CAD system you don't want to show. So here is a status of the building as it was scanned on that particular date, equipped with the IoT signals from all of the sensors, control of the building automation systems in the real time as well, within implementation of all of the assets from the construction process, or for the assets which are in the equipment in the room, like this printer, for example, with all of the manuals, warranty cards, spare part catalogs, invoices, or even the predictive maintenance when the next actions are needed to service the equipment.
When of course, again, guys, if you are listening, I highly advise you to go and open the YouTube so you can see what Marek and Michael, they are talking about. So it reminded me, back in the days when, at least for my age, when you open your palm and you imagine something in front of you and you see what's happening, it's like, the crystal ball. So like for me, it's like the crystal ball of seeing what's inside the building without being in the building. So it's a fascinating technology. I can see this. And just to remind the audience also as well. So Marek and Michael, you mentioned like in order to me to have this scanning, I need just a mobile phone maybe just to do this. And then
Take a
right.
matter, take your cell phone, go to the Matterport app. Doesn't matter if it's an Apple or the Android, and then download the app, and you can start scanning your own apartment in the couple of
How
minutes.
long? How long? Yeah, this is what I was asking. Like, how long it needs to render and generate this digital twin to them
So
later?
the technology works like this. You download the app, which is of course the mandatory step. And then after setting up the account and so on, you need to do the scan. The scanning with just a cell phone, it of the apartment, which is like a 100 square meters, will take you up to half an hour. But
Mhm.
what it does, it creates a 360 panorama pictures, which is guiding you in kind of the wizard, how to do it and where to do the next steps, next steps, next steps. And then once you do the scanning, you need to process the data to actually calculate a 3D model from that just 360 panorama pictures. And that process takes a couple of hours. So the same day you start your scanning, you will get a 3D model on the web available through any 3D browser. Actually, not 3D
Ye-
browser, a web browser.
Yeah, that's super cool. You don't need to install anything, like back in the days we used to install Flash and all this kind
No,
of
that
things.
works in the web right about now. And if you want to speed up the process and you want to do it much more perfect, just use a 360 action camera. Because what we are actually doing here in the Matterport application is that you're creating the camera rotating yourself 360 degrees. If you will have an action camera, 360 action camera that you can buy in each electronic store, then it just snap, 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 and you speed up the process 10 times.
Of course, indeed. Now, a question to add here, and I know it's a buzzword. We were talking a lot about buzzwords today, Marek. What's any integration with AI? I'm not talking about the generative AI because I don't see any, I'm not sure, maybe, I don't know. Like any AI machine learning use cases, let me put it
Okay,
this
you
way.
got that here because that's our don't want to say top secret mission that we are on right now, but we are already working on an AI and the machine learning. So imagine a procedure like this: you do the scan, you process it, you have a 3D model on your cell phone under your account without the Simon software, Simon license, which is free of charge for like that's another story. So you can start using this today. It's free of charge, I already said. But the thing is that you have your 3D model already done. And then imagine like this. Uh, we run AI in the background and we identify this is the TV, this is a fridge, this is the air conditioning unit, this is a sofa. Would you like to add your manuals to the air conditioning system? Or would you like to let me know when did you buy it or where's the next service of the aircon unit? Once you will put it, because in the fight it's asking you for the data, then it knows that 12 months from now or where is the next service, and you can imagine where is the warranty for the fridge ending, so you can consider buying a new equipment or knowing that probably somewhere that time I can have a maintenance issue or I would need to spend some money for ordering someone, I don't know, to repaint my walls because the last painting was done in that moment. And besides that, I already know what's the space size, so I can estimate how many buckets of the paint I need to buy in which color.
And I believe because again, we're talking about a lot of data, so the use cases that you can generate out of this data is massive. Of course, you don't need to share any secrets with us, but I'm just imagining because uh, getting all this data from all the sensors, from even as you said, like from the photos they take, and I mean the model would trigger some also maybe some actions like, hey, something is going wrong here, you need to, I don't know, like it's kind of automation more than AI, I would believe also as well, right?
Yeah, and that works for the big buildings, commercial buildings, like for your own apartment as well. So I'm trying with my colleagues here to bring the technology towards everyone. That's why it's visual. It's no engineering. We can do it on a 2D dashboards already so far, but that's technology that you don't want to use. Our technology is to be friendly, useful, and available on a and actually accessible on a daily basis. And this was our mission. Bring everything about your 3D apartment really through digital twin to the life. You want to buy a new sofa from IKEA? Sure, you have your model already. Go to the IKEA, measure the apartment like Michael showed, or just download the model and place it in your living room. And then you know if there's enough space, if there's a conflict with some other furnitures. That's already possible with our software today. And you can start using free of charge this tomorrow. So we are mostly welcome everybody just to try how the digital twin can help you out in your business or the commercial building, but also for your own apartments.
Great. I'm sure, and I hope, a lot of people will get, excited, as I get excited, honestly, about this and show interest. So, just out of curiosity, what's the business model? Is it like a subscription? How it works?
Our business model is mainly subscription. We have software as a service model. That means that we have two different price lists. One is for the individual user, the apartment, the private homes, and it's monthly based payment using the credit card. It's starting from zero because we have also the free plan for everybody. If you have limited to 10 IoT devices and 100 megabytes into the cloud space. But for the bigger customers, we have also the enterprise business plan that is for the commercial user, and it's always the prices on the quote depends how big is the object, how many users, how many assets, how many data we can store, but we have no limitations about it. We have a project that we have 16, 20 buildings in some different places together into the one account. It's not a problem.
And if we are talking about an object like an airport terminal, that's hundreds of thousands of the endpoints which we need to connect. And the endpoint for us is like a lamp on and off for that particular frame of the lamp. So it can be used for the massive projects where localization brings you a lot, or for individual users, which can use it for free of charge, or maybe we call it like a Netflix type of the fee, which goes like a $9 a month if you want to do it on the much more professional level, but for your just private residential apartment.
And of course, you get also the alerting system built in as well, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, please remember that all of your IoT and smart home system that you have from that producer works as it was. We just help you to understand it much better and visualize it and connect it, the IoT data, with asset information as well behind it.
Yeah, but the alert is also a very interesting thing, because in our software is the alert that is coming up the pop-up, and if in one click you are also automatically going through the 3D space where it's exactly located, and it's also time saving in the critical situation that somebody is only have the information that the sensor with number 123560 he's adding the alarm, and somebody is need to open the papers and looking, where is the sensor? Right now it's one click and we're going directly straight in 1 second to the place where the sensor is making the alarm. Yeah.
Great, super exciting. It's a very, very informative, I would say, discussion and demonstration. Thank you, Michael, for walking us through this. This is the question I ask always as we close. So, where people can get in touch if they want to get more information?
Well, go to our website, try sim-on.com, and there's everything in your fingertips. So a lot of movies, a lot of training materials, how to do it yourself. If you want to ask us to help you out with your own installation of digital twin, you can always call us. But sim-on.com, which is simon.com, is a place that you should go and just find us there.
Great. Any final thing you want to, maybe something I didn't highlight, you want to share before we close?
Yeah, guys, the message is like this. This technology is something innovative. And the innovation means 3D there, because a system to control your house, everybody heard about the smart home, automatic automations. That cost a lot of money. That's really thousands of dollars, euros per building to make it work. Now we made this technology much better for each apartment, each house, both for the residential and the commercial buildings. And the thing is that it's the off-the-shelf solution. So you can start working with this tomorrow. No longer weeks of installations. You just go to the website, download the software, connect it in the 4 simple steps, and it takes you a couple of hours to run your full own private digital twin.
That's great. And for the audience, I will make the life easy. So you will find the link in the show notes, or if, of course, as I was pointing you to go and watch the YouTube to see the demo that Michael did for us. So you will see that in the description. Gentlemen, really, I enjoyed the discussion. I enjoyed the demo. As I was telling you, I'm technical guy by background. So anything which, shows very important plus valuable plus breakthrough technologies as a demo, I get excited about it. So thank you for sharing this, and thank you also for sharing the story behind SIMLAB also as well. And yeah, I wish if the audience they hit the website through our podcast to just tell the gentlemen here with us today, Marek and Michael, that they came through the CTO show with Mehmet. So they know, how do you get out there and reach out to them. So as I said, I'm gonna put the links. Feel free to get in touch with them. And again, thank you very much for your valuable time. I know how busy it can get. So thank you for jumping in today and sharing, the story and the technology with us, both of you. And this is for the audience. If you just, discovered this podcast by luck, thank you for passing by. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did so, please give us a thumb up, share it with your friends and colleagues. And if you are one of the people who keep coming again and again and who put us in the top 45 business podcasts in Dubai, ranking at the 14th place, thank you very much for doing so. I really appreciate it. Keep your support coming. And as I say always, stay tuned for a new episode very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hit that subscribe button, share the show with your tech-savvy friends and fellow entrepreneurs, and leave us a review on your favorite podcast app. Your support means the world to us.